After a normal casual day of being spammed in the Dying Light Discord over 100 times asking why I chose BackBoardFilms for the name instead of FrontBoardFilms, later in the day we got a new trailer for Dying Light 2 that in my honest opinion is probably my favorite one so far. It didn't try to show anything new or do anything crazy, as it was just a CG trailer, but the way it pays homage to the original trailer for Dead Island felt really special. Like Techland was going full circle back to their roots, giving us a brutal look into the lives of a few random survivors. The trailer starts off with a survivor in a Night Runner-esque outfit smashing through a window, grasping a UV light as the situation stays unclear. As he lands, we see spray paint on the walls that can be found in Dying Light 2, with the zombie cat being a sticker in the collector's edition for the game. Things progress with the survivor doing some parkour, for which we then see two other survivors running for a safe zone from a few virals. And as you could expect, shit goes crazy and it all escalates even further. It cuts back and forth periodically from the past to the present, with everything inside of the safe zone taking place just a few minutes before everything at night. We see our main running man pass by a cathedral, which looks similar to some of the other buildings we've seen around the old Villador section of the map. A Banshee chilling on the ledge of a building like it's a gargoyle then spots the runner and leaps a pretty far distance for the guy to pull an action movie stunt and fire his handy crossbow. We cut back to the past with the two girls as they're running from the virals that have just teared down the boards off of the windows. And yeah, it looks pretty cool, but this is something that can actually happen in game too. But that was in 2019, so it may be irrelevant now. We time jump again to see our main survivor screwing up and getting everyone killed. For then we get back to the present to see him get stabbed by the Banshee flying in full force. He kind of deserved it for how he duped those survivors back there, but hey, anything to get back to his kid, right? Gotta sacrifice who you can in the apocalypse, I guess. Depends on the mindset you want to live with. The Banshee slaps the UV light out of his hand, but the guy gives a heavy kick to its chest where we can then see the Banshee cure that's brought up in the prequel comic for the game. The necklace isn't on every Banshee from what I've been told, but I do see them on a decent amount of them, so it's honestly really weird. Maybe they built up that cure storyline, which I explained in a past video in case you're confused, for a side quest, maybe a DLC, or for all we know, it's a pivotal part of the main story. Time will tell what route Techland decides to go. Also, this is probably my favorite part of the trailer. And moving on, we see the survivor lighting a few virals up with his UV light for him to then make his grand escape, tying back into the beginning. One thing to note before we move on is on the wall it says keep living or die trying, just in case you missed it. We see the man close his eyes and begin thinking about his son, and that's where I see a lot of people theorizing. Like if the boy is Aiden and the survivor we keep seeing is Aiden's dad. This trailer could serve as like a prequel, like Dying Light 1's reveal trailer with Brecken. It's just about connecting the dots in the timeline as to when the experiments on Aiden, Mia, and the other children took place. So, Dying Light 2 took place around 2036, as we know from some of the information that's been revealed. Aiden was tested on when he was around 5, and we know he's over 20, so that could mean the experiments take place in around 2021. We know the outbreak that impacted Villador took place in 2025, so for that to be Aiden's father makes no sense with the timeline we know of, unless this takes place after Aiden escapes the city and becomes a pilgrim. It's just that no outbreak had really occurred outside of Haran when Aiden was being tested on, or at least from the info we've been given, so it's really hard to say, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong with any of this. Like if that was really Aiden and his dad, you'd probably see a Mia in this scene too, if that really was the case. But I'm just making theories here with the little facts we know, so I'll leave it up to you to think about it. It feels like the Dead Island reveal trailer where the characters here aren't really anyone important in the main game, but the point is to give you an idea of the brutality of the world, but that's just my take on it. The trailer ends with the UV light shattering and the runner smashing into the ground dramatically, with the boy yelling for his father. It's pretty damn sad, but I have a feeling Dying Light 2 is going to be a lot sadder, and that's probably just depending on the route you take throughout the story. We know there's going to be multiple endings, so there's probably going to be a sad one, maybe a secret one, maybe a happy one. I'm just theorizing like I always do, so we'll find out soon enough. I know some people might actually be annoyed we're getting a CG trailer this close to the game launching, but 1, there's only so much else they can really show besides map locations and maybe more story. 2, we got 16 minutes of new gameplay over a week ago. And 3, it's a great trailer, so it doesn't really matter anyways. I think the more variety to the marketing for the game, the better. We got comics, animations, audio stories, the Dying to Know series, and a lot more. This is Techland's #1 IP, their main priority, so hopefully everything is up to the same quality as everything else as well. The last thing to make note of is that Loan is getting her own pre-order bonus as well, called the Reach for the Sky pack, which adds onto the ones that have released before. Now, this is just a dark version of the outfit we've seen her with already, but it's still really cool that we can customize the story in that type of way. We already knew Loan had a pivotal role in the story, but this just confirms it even more. I expect we'll probably be seeing more skin packs a lot in the future like Dying Light 1, where you'll probably have to pay for a good portion of them, but we'll see how the monetization goes. Anyways, that's gonna be all for today. Before we end, there's also a new free Hell Raid update as well, with a new boss type, locations, new weapons, and yeah, go see for yourself if you're interested. Also, feel free to like the video and subscribe if you like the content. Anyways guys, stop by next time.